We made it.
I'm on the stoop.
You made it.
Unbelievable. Thank you.
I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so we had a debate the other week, Emilio, about pronunciation when it comes to your last name.
Sure.
Now, Eric, who is Latino, and he agreed with me
Right.
because I was like, it's Emilio Estevez.
That's right. That's right. Yes, Eric wins. Yes.
Sorry, I'm not
So,
gonna
and
point out.
everybody in Spain would agree.
Okay.
However,
Here, it's Estevez.
Estevez, yeah. So I was born on 203rd Street in the South Bronx.
Nice.
And at the time, my father had a very Hispanic-sounding last name. And so he said, you know, that a lot of people, a lot of his agents and folks said, if you want to work in this business, you gotta have a more Anglo-sounding name. And of course, times have changed.
Yes.
But there was that moment where he was finally on Broadway, 1965, 66, and his father came from Dayton, who was from Spain, of course, and looked up on the marquee and saw the three names that were starring in the play, and one of them was Martin Sheen, and not his real name, Ramon Estevez. And my grandfather just looked up and he just shook his head and was so disappointed. And my father saw that. And so when I began to get into this business, we had that conversation. And he said, don't make the same mistake I did.
Oh my gosh, yo, that gave me chills right now.
So, but I pushed back because I was like, well, you know, I don't really look Latino anyway. He says, the face of Latin America is changing. We come in all sizes, shapes.
Yes.
And I realize this now on a much deeper level, but it was honoring the Hispanic heritage. And I own that. And the Hispanic community has embraced me as a result of that. And I can't tell you how many people on the street have stopped me on the street and said, you know, just seeing your name on a poster, just seeing your name on screen meant so much to me. You have no idea. And so that ultimately was a very important step.
Yo, you're gonna make me cry.
Come on now.
Right, Eric? Like, it's like he was so happy to see you today because I get it. It's just like, oh, okay, this is hope.
Right.
When we look at one of our fan favorites, I mean, we're gonna take it back a little bit. Mighty Ducks. Quack, quack. Did you think it was gonna be as explosive as it was and just take over?
No, I had no idea. I've been very fortunate to have been connected to films. Again, whether I pick them or they pick me, we sort of don't know. Whether it's Breakfast Club or Young Guns or Mighty Ducks or Repo Man. These are films that have spanned generations.
Generations.
And they just keep going. So that's I'm very fortunate.
Do you feel that Hollywood, I don't know, I feel like at that time singing the 80s, part of the Brat Pack, and just, do you feel like artists and talent is being cultivated the same way as it was when you were coming up?
No, because oftentimes it's not about the talent, it's about the clout. And the clout, you know what I'm talking about with clout.
Chasing.
It's
I hate it.
It's clout, and it's all about the YouTube followers, and I don't know what that means.
Right.
I don't know what that is. Is it sustainable? I don't know.
We'll see. We don't know. It's a foreign world for everybody. The internet, technology is just, it's the wild, wild west. What are we gonna do when it all shuts down?
When the power grid goes down?
What are we gonna do?
You know, people actually have to read again and talk again.
Right?
And look each other in the eye again and have a conversation.
conversation.
Imagine what that looks like.
God, what is that? It sounds like the Stoop. It sounds like this right now. Your new film, The Public, is out. Congratulations. This is your baby. So what's it about?
The film takes place in the public library. It takes place on the coldest night of the year, where the patrons, many of whom are homeless, decide to stage an old-fashioned 60s sit-in.
Right.
And the police get involved, the media gets involved, and we know what happens when the media gets involved, and they spin it. And then politicians get involved, and of course we know what happens, what they do too. And so it becomes a bit of a situation that escalates out of control. Right. And the real story is not coming out until the people inside decide to figure out how to get the truth out. I mean, I took a left turn about 20 years ago when I started doing movies for me. And it started with a movie called The War at Home, where I played a Vietnam veteran suffering from PTSD, and then Bobby, which is about the night Bobby Kennedy was killed, and then The Way, which is about a spiritual journey. And I think that all of those movies have informed the public. All of those movies were sort of stepping stones to get to this film. This is the film that I am, of anything I've done in the last 35 years, the most proud I've been of anything I've done. Proud of my actors, I'm proud of the story. It is about everything, as Alec Baldwin says, this is not just self-serving hyperbole. Alec Baldwin says this movie is about everything that's happening in the country right now.
And that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And I love that your purpose is shining through this film, the public. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
And you could feel it. You could feel this energy, and it's what we need right now, and it's been an honor to be sitting here.
Thank you.